Hello, this is Sameer from thinkdigit.com, and today we're taking a look at a quad-core phone from LG stable. This is the LG Optimus 4X HD. Before LG launched this phone, we've seen the market has the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the HTC One X before it. Does this phone have what it takes to take on the competition? Well, for starters, its design is as big as the others. It has a 4.7-inch display, which is an IPS LCD display. The display is really good. It has very good viewing angles. The text is rich and its resolution is 1280 by 720, which makes it an HD display and is something that is found on all devices in this category. The face of the device is really clean. If you take a look at it, it's a very simple design. It has a candy bar form factor. There's the speaker that rests above the logo, and it has the 1.3 megapixel front facing camera for video chat. Below the screen are the three touch sensitive buttons that we're used to from a lot of devices, which represent the back, home and the menu button. The device is pretty clean otherwise on the surface. On the side here we have the volume rocker. It's invisible because it's really a part of the panel that's on the side, which is good for the looks, but ergonomically it's a little thin and sometimes you might get a little lost trying to find it. The top of the device has the headphones jack and the on-off sleep-wake button, which is pretty standard from all devices. The bottom has the micro USB port for charging as well as data transfer. In terms of its design, the device isn't as flashy or elegant as the Samsung Galaxy S3 or the polycarbonate design we've seen on the HTC One X, but it isn't bad at all. It has a textured plastic rear panel which has the 8 megapixel camera and the flash. The panel can be very easily removed. It has the NFC chip right in the panel right here. Inside you have the battery, a place for the SIM card slot, and expandable memory up to 32 GB via the SD card. Micro SD card. Overall, the design of the device is really good. It may be a little big for some, but in the 4.5-inch plus category it fits right well and is a good device overall. Coming to the features and specifications of the device. Under the hood, it's powered by a 1.5 GHz Nvidia Tegra 3 quad-core processor and has 1 GB of RAM, which makes the device really very snappy. It's very snappy. The device performs multitasking very well. It ran all the apps we threw at it very well. There was no lag whether we watched videos, played games or ran multimedia apps. It all ran perfectly well on the device. The operating system on the device is of course the Android 4.0.3 Ice Cream Sandwich, which is found on the HTC One X as well. The Samsung Galaxy S3 on the other hand runs 4.0.4, which is a version higher, but 4.0.3 is good enough. Skinned is of course LG's custom skin. This thankfully is a better skin than what we're used to. From the lock screen itself, unlocking is as simple as dragging anywhere on the screen and it will display that portion of the home screen to you. It has no utility but more of a novelty value, which is kind of nice, and you just swipe anywhere to unlock. It also gives you access to any 4 apps you want. These are customizable, so if you want to go to your phone directly, you can just swipe anywhere on the phone and your dialer opens up. If you want to go to your messages, you can just swipe to the messages. Likewise for email as well as for the camera. You can add your own 4 most used apps at the bottom here. Similar customizations are available on the notifications. You have quick access to the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, sound, and you can edit these as well and not only change the position but add a few, subtract a few as per your convenience. Coming to the performance of the device. Considering it has the Tegra 3 quad-core processor and a gig of RAM, a lot was expected from this device and it delivered. In certain benchmark scores, it even beat the HTC One X, which is really good. But in the trio of quad-core phones available in the market, which is the S3, the One X and the LG, the S3 still stands out right on top, followed closely by the LG and the One X, which are fighting it out for the second spot. In terms of the apps are listed in the simple app lister format that we're used to. You can identify the apps on the basis of all apps, the apps you've downloaded, widgets, and of course you also have the option to customize the apps. Now the apps that you've downloaded from the marketplace can be deleted from the customization page itself, and you can rearrange their location as per your conveniences so that the apps are located right where you need them when you need them. Like most other Android phones we're used to, you have the option of 7 customizable home screens which you can load with apps, widgets and folders, which is really nice and convenient as you have everything on your fingertips. In terms of multimedia, there's a very nice media hub on the device. The media hub houses your videos, photos and music all under one roof, giving you quick access to them at any point that you want. We ran a couple of videos on the device, all from MKVs, MOVs, MP4s, and all of them ran very smoothly. There was absolutely no glitches or hiccups even while traveling on the timeline. As you can see, the video representation on the device is very good. Colors are vibrant and the viewing angles on the device are surprisingly good. The only downside is the audio. The audio wasn't as great as compared to the Samsung Galaxy S3, for example. It feels a little flat, lacks a little bit of bass, and is overall an underwhelming experience through and through. The camera on the device is an 8 megapixel camera and shoots videos in 1080p at 30 frames per second and gets the job done really well. Browsing the internet on the device too was a pretty good experience, considering the size of the device, and the display is really vibrant, so the text looks rich and curved, and basically you don't need to zoom in too far, and there's enough readability of text on screen to get the job done the way it is. Another good feature of the device is the fact that it houses a regular size SIM card rather than a micro SIM card, like the S3 or the HTC One X, so you can just get your SIM in here without the necessity to cut it or any of that jargon. To conclude with, we'd like to say that the LG Optimus 4X HD is a good device and stands tall when you compare it to the competition it's up against. The UI is really good and we don't miss stock Android, as the skin is good. It isn't as great when compared to the One X, which has the Sense UI, or the S3, which has TouchWiz UI. But it gets the job done very well nonetheless. It has a very simple skin. It's priced at 33,000 rupees, which is really good considering the One X is priced above it and the S3 is the most expensive of all the phones. This could be a really good HD phone for you for 33,000 rupees. You have expandable storage, you have good internal storage of about 16 gigs, and the phone gets through most of everyday tasks together. You can expect about a day and a half of battery life from the device, and it will run all the apps you throw at it with absolute ease very smoothly. The device is really good.